Hi, I'm Helga from Helga's Pennsylvania Cooking, and today's going to be a little bit different for you guys. I'm not going to be cooking the normal kind of food that you normally see me cook. I cook this stuff, you just don't normally see me cook this stuff for the channel. And it's really unusual because today is a YouTube collaboration challenge. It's actually going to be with several other channels here. A Little Dirt Never Hurt, Beer Belly Travelers, and Happy Trails, Happy Trail Hiking. And we each had to come up with an ingredient to throw in a meal. This is a one meal using these 4 ingredients that each of us picked, okay? And none of us until the end knew what the others had picked. This is based on the show Chopped, where chefs are given a basket of ingredients. They have no idea what's in them. They have to wait until they're told. They open it all at the same time. They all see what they get at the same time. And then they have to come up with a dish using all of those ingredients and make it work. So sometimes that's pretty interesting. I love the show, actually. I sort of feel like Chopped every time I go into my pantry or freezer trying to figure out what I'm going to make. So, none of us knew what the others were going to pick, and what they came up with was A Little Dirt Never Hurt. If you're not familiar with this channel, check out Ryan's channel. He does a lot of gardening stuff. He's putting together a greenhouse, big greenhouse, and I really enjoy his commentary. He's a lot of fun to watch. But anyway, A Little Dirt Never Hurt picked quinoa, and quinoa is actually something I am familiar with. I actually do make quinoa occasionally here. Even though it's spelled Q-U-I-N-O-A, it is pronounced quinoa. And this, while it's normally categorized with grains, it's not actually a grain. It's actually a seed. But I'm going to discuss quinoa in more depth as I make it here. The other ingredients were Frank's Red Hot Buffalo Wing Sauce. So I've never used this, never tasted it. This is going to be interesting. But I had an idea for it when I saw the other ingredients. Maple syrup. This here is a real deal. This is actually made at a sugar shack close to my mom and dad's. A good friend of mine, and it is really good maple syrup. And I picked these. Let's see, who picked the... Oh, Happy Trails Hiking picked the buffalo wing sauce, and Beer Belly Travelers picked the maple syrup. I picked portobello mushrooms. Now these are sliced portobello mushroom caps, but I picked portobello mushrooms. So one of the reasons I picked portobello mushrooms is I wanted something that was going to showcase something from Pennsylvania. And whether people knew this or not, I'm guessing most of you didn't, down by Kent Square, down below Philly here in Pennsylvania, is one of the top producers of mushrooms for the entire country. They produce over half the mushrooms nationwide. So they really know their fungus. So there you go. There's a little factoid you didn't know. So anyhow, love mushrooms, about any mushroom you can think of and stuff. Portobellos are nice and meaty and good for just about any kind of a dish. It's one of the reasons I picked them. But when I got given the ingredients, believe it or not, I had a dish in mind. No, I've never made it quite this way, but, well, especially with the with the Frank's buffalo wing sauce and maple syrup, but conceptually, it should work. So we're going to give this a try today. So, like I said, it's A Little Dirt Never Hurt, Beer Belly Travelers, Happy Trails Hiking, and moi for the Tubers Chopped collaboration. I hope you enjoy this. I'm going to put links down below for everyone else's channels with this, and the other part of, like I said, is that you're going to get to see me cook some stuff today that you wouldn't normally probably see given the nature of my channel, since I do a lot of Pennsylvania Dutch and coal region and whatnot. I'm going to go a little Asian today, or at least Asian inspired. So let's get back to the quinoa. Alright, there's over 1,800 varieties of quinoa. But the most common are red, black, and white. White is the most neutral. And quinoa has kind of a nutty flavor. I would say it's really similar to couscous to me. But a little bit goes a long way. And you use one cup of dry quinoa to 2 parts liquid. And you rinse the quinoa. Now this is a cup of quinoa rinsed. It was dry, 1 cup dry, and I rinsed it, and of course it fluffed up. But you rinse the quinoa because it has a natural protective coating. I think it's pronounced serotonin, and that can give it a slightly bitter or soapy flavor, and you don't want that, obviously. So you rinse it off really well in a mesh strainer or whatever, and that'll get rid of that coating for you. And then the other trick to this, as you're going to see, is normally most people will do their quinoa in chicken broth or stock, or vegetable or beef stock or broth. And that really brings out the nuttiness of the flavor and takes care of any other hints there might have been of anything bitter or whatnot. So the first thing I'm going to do though is I'm going to put some oil in the pan here, olive oil, and I'm going to toast the quinoa. One annoying thing about quinoa, it gets everywhere. It's tiny, and it is just a pain. Try and spread it out so they can, oh man, it smells nice and nutty. It smells even nuttier as it toasts. You don't need to do it long. You see some little bits in there are already starting to get a little brown. That's what you're waiting for. And they're starting to pop. That's usually a good indicator too. So, we're going to add 2 cups of my homemade chicken stock. And if you didn't see my video on that, take a look. It's easy to do, it's healthy, no added salt, which I really like, and great flavor. That was actually a bird that I raised and did myself. So we're going to let this simmer. This is going to go about 20 minutes. And I got some goodies that are going to go into it here along the way. So while the quinoa is starting to cook, I got my other stuff going too, but you're going to see this in pieces here. We'll do the quinoa first. And mushrooms, because that's what I'm doing next. I'm adding a little green bell pepper and a little chopped red onion, and some sesame seeds, and get these going here. And a little garlic, this isn't going to take long, so I just want to get this lightly sauteed up. I'm going to add portobellos, the star of this dish. I don't want my other aromatics to overwhelm the quinoa or the mushrooms. Get these spaced out here. I'm going to let these saute just a minute, and then I'm going to add my last couple of things, because when the quinoa gets closer to being done, we're going to add this in and incorporate it. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit of ginger, just a little, and some soy sauce. I told you we were going with a Asian-inspired theme today, and you'll see why with the other part that I'm going to do with the other half of the mixing ingredient. Give this a good mix. Let this saute another second or two. Make sure it's all mixed in. Oh man, you gotta smell this. And I'm just going to let that go down to a low simmer here while we finish our quinoa. Now, as for the quinoa, it's coming along as you can see, and they tell you to add like a teaspoon of salt. So that's probably a little better teaspoon for this amount. It's getting there. Adding in the rest of my goodies to let it finish out with, so all the flavors marry in and marinade. Oh man, it smells amazing. I hope it tastes as good as it smells. You never know with experiments though. Sometimes they go good, sometimes not so good. Quinoa is finishing cooking up. The next part of this is my protein for this, and it's going to be chicken. I'm going to make a twice fried sweet and sour, sweet and spicy sour fried chicken. And so I'm going to have, I've got 2 cups of cornstarch here, and I've got a seasoning blend here that I made with ginger, pepper, sesame seeds, some orange, some ginger. I already said ginger. Just basically, it's like basically like an Asian blend. I just threw, as soon as I'm getting the smell right. And I'm going to throw that in here and mix it up really well, because then we're going to dredge our chicken in that. I'm going to dredge our chicken in this. Get these all coated. Okay. And this is a really good way to go. Talk about a cheap meal. You know, a whole bag of quinoa, which must make about 20 meals, is like $3 or $4. I got the drumsticks here, the legs, on sale. 12 of them, 87 cents a pound. It's like less than $4 for all of them, and that's going to make us 3 to 4 meals. And probably the most expensive thing was the mushrooms, but they were only like $3, and once again, it makes several meals. It's not just one meal. Alright, so there's our chicken all dredged and ready to go. I'm going to put this into fry. There's a trick to this, but it makes the absolutely most lovely, crunchy, best fried chicken, honest to goodness, and I've tried a lot. So we're going to take it over, put this into fry, and then we're going to make the sauce, and that's where the maple syrup and the buffalo wing sauce is going to come in. Chicken in. The first part to this is that we're going to cook the chicken 4 minutes each side and then pull it out. Okay, 4-minute mark. We're going to turn these over. For another 4 minutes. And then the next part of the trick comes. Okay, 4 minutes on the other side is up. Now I'll take this out to drain. I'll put the other 2 pieces in to do them. And then, you'll see I do the twice fried deal. You pull this out, let it sit while I do the other two pieces, and then I'm going to put these back in and do them again another 8 minutes the same way, 4 minutes each side. That makes them unbelievably crispy. I'm going to let these cook for their 4 minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll turn them back over for another 4 minutes, and then we'll do the first ones I did, same way. 4 minutes one side, 4 minutes the other side, and then they'll be done. That's a total cook time of 16 minutes on these drums. They've always been done doing it that way, and by resting it locks in those juices, and then you get the really good crunchy, crispy outside. And you'll see that when I pull them out for the second time. So now comes the tricky part to this dish. The mushroom quinoa is turning out great. I love how it tastes. The chicken will be good. The sauce for the chicken is where the maple syrup and the Frank's buffalo wing sauce is going to come in. And I have never tasted this before in my life. So we better do that first. Let's see what I'm dealing with. Basically, it tastes like a thicker version of Frank's. This will work, I think. Never tried the maple syrup with it. So I think this is going to work. This part's going to work. The maple syrup part, I've never tried with this, or even regular Frank's. Normally I use honey. So let's see if we can do the maple syrup instead with this and get my sweet, spicy, sweet and sour sauce for the chicken to come out. Normally I would add 2, 3, 4. Say around 4 tablespoons of a hot sauce. A little chili powder. A little maple syrup. And I'm going to have to do some testing as we go here. So this is the first fried chicken here. Look how nice that looks already. But we're going to put that in for another 8 minutes, 4 minutes each side. That twice fried crispy goodness. I think this can use a little bit more maple syrup. And I'm going to add a little bit of vinegar. That's pretty good. Add just a little bit of vinegar. Now, I'm going to cook this and reduce it down a little bit so it gets to be a little thicker. And we'll try it again. Our sauce is reducing down nice, and I'm going to add a little bit of soy sauce. Empty that out. There's a little bit more depth. That's reducing nice. My twice fried chicken's almost done. Okay, so the twice fried chicken is coming out. Look how beautiful that looks. It's not a real thick crust, but it is really delicious and really, really, really yummy. I'm going to throw these other two in to get them done, and then it'll all be done. So my sauce tastes pretty good. and it's thickened up about where I want it. Concentrated down, so I'm going to pull this off. And chicken's about done, and the quinoa's about done, and we're going to plate her up and see what we got. Finished product. It is twice fried, Korean-inspired, spicy sweet and sour chicken over a mushroom and quinoa bed of veggies. Frankly, it looks really good. As I was taste testing along the way to adjust, it looked pretty good. It smelled really good. So let's see. So part of the two of the ingredients of this was the quinoa and the mushrooms, and I'm going to try that. Oh man, that's good. Boy, the soy sauce in there with the ginger and the other aromatics, that was really good. I really urge you, if you're going to try quinoa, try cooking like that. It's yummy. Normally I make it with lentils and brown rice and in spicy curry sauces and stuff. So this was a little different than how I normally make it, but I will be doing that again. Okay, so then we've got my twice fried spicy sweet and sour chicken here. And you know, the only good way to do this is, you know, oh my God. Man, is that good. And look how nice and crispy and lovely. See if we can get the light on it here. That came out. I add the sauce here right at the end before eating. Oh my God, that really turned out good. It's a keeper. Try a little bit more of this. Really turned out good. Okay, so that was the Tubers Chopped collaboration with Happy Trails Hiking. Kay, thank you for inviting me to do this. This was a lot of fun. Something a little different than I normally do, but I love working with all kinds of different cuisines, and wanted to try something a little different today, a little Asian inspired. It was really good. Also remember to check out Beer Belly Travelers, Kay with Happy Trails Hiking, and A Little Dirt Never Hurt. They will have out what they came up with, and I honestly haven't got a clue. So it'll be interesting to see what everybody did with the same 4 ingredients. I'm going to try and put amounts down below, description below, and actually give you the recipes on how to make what I made, because I have a good idea mentally of how much I used of what to do what. So I'll put the recipes in the description down below like normal. The links to the other channels will also be down below. Please check them out. And if you like this vid and would like to see more, please like and subscribe, and join me next time here in Helga's Pennsylvania Cooking.